time I ever drank. Okay, I had two experiences and they were terrible. The first time I drank beer, and you're like, because it was disgusting. And the next time I had vodka and I drank it and I was like, my body's on fire from the inside. All right, guys, before we get to today's talk, thank you so much for joining us today on Espresso with Sky. My name is Sky, and this is my sidekick, Chewy. Chewy, you ever drank before? Yeah, didn't think so. You probably couldn't even hold your own. Now, if this is your first time joining us here today, go ahead, hit subscribe, smash that notification bell, and if you want to help us out, just like below. And if you really want to help us out, leave a comment, please. Now, if you don't know what to comment, there's a question of the day. Today's question is, why do you drink or why do you not drink? I'd love to hear your stories. Now, for those of you who really want to support us on Espresso with Sky, there are two ways you can do it. Number one is you can support us on PayPal. And number two, my brand new favorite site is called buymeacoffee.com. And there you can just literally buy me a coffee. All right, guys? Now, let's get into today's talk. So the question is, why did I stop drinking? All right. Now, the first thing I want to tell you guys is, I'm a pastor. I am a missionary. However, it is not because of religious reasons. Why did I stop drinking? Because of two things. Number one is a story, and number two is a promise. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to start this story off with when I first started drinking, and that was at 15 years old. It was an exciting time because I was young and rebellious. And drinking at 15 was a rebellious thing, and I started that time. Now, wasn't a drunk, wasn't a binge drinker. I just kind of drank every once in a while with my friends from the rugby team or the basketball team or whatever it was. Now, when did I stop? I stopped at 19 years old. Now, why did I stop at 19? And it's weird because in Canada, 19 is the year, that age is the year you can start drinking. I stopped at that time. Why? Because it didn't feel rebellious anymore. So here's the story. My last time I ever went to drink, what happened? I went to a bar, okay? So I get into the bar, put my credit card as a tab, and I just started drinking. I just want to know, I spent $900 Canadian that day. But aside from that, I drank and I drank and I drank, and I passed out. Now, here's the thing. I arrived at 10:30 p.m., passed out at 11:30 p.m., don't remember a single thing. What happens next? I remember waking up because the bouncers, these bodyguards, picked me up at 2:30 a.m., threw me outside. Luckily, my friends were there searching for me all night. I landed on their car. They're like, we've been searching for you all night. Put me in the car, and we go away. Take me all the way to my house, pick me up, put me into my bed. I don't know how. I think they took my clothes off and they put me in my pajamas. Because the next thing I remember is I woke up on my side in my vomit. All right, it was disgusting, but I was still drunk. So what did I do? I just turned the other side and went back to sleep. Second time I woke up, what happens? I'm back on the same side, but I realized I threw up so much that the vomit overflew onto the floor. It was so much vomit. I'm looking down and I see the floor just covered in vomit. It was so disgusting. But when I was looking down, I can see 2 feet. And I was like, huh? And then I look up and it was my mom. And my mom is staring at her 19-year-old kid. And I'm telling you guys, they were these eyes of complete disappointment in her son. And it just struck me like knives in my heart. And my mom just walked away. And I was like, no. And at that moment, I made a promise to my mom. She doesn't even know it, but I made a promise at that time. And I said, I will never drink again because I never want to see you make that face against me again. So from that point on, never drank. It's been over 20 years. Haven't had a sip of alcohol. And that's the story in the promise why I stopped drinking. Now I'm going to talk about the 2 reasons why I am thankful that I stopped drinking at such a young age. Now, I'm not here to tell you to stop drinking. I'm just telling you why I'm super thankful for it, okay? First reason why I'm thankful I stopped drinking at an early age is what? Is for one of the most important things that matters in our life. And I realize this more the older I get. In my 40s, I'm realizing it's so important, and you're going to realize it more and more when you hit your 50s and 60s and 70s. What is it? It is your health. Alcohol is something that absolutely affects your health, and there are dozens of reasons. But the one I'm going to talk about today is really important because it affects your brain. After doing research, you realize alcohol does affect your brain. It interferes with the communication inside your brain. It interferes with it. It slows it down. It gives you what? It changes your mood. It changes your behavior. And guys, you've seen it before from your friends or maybe yourself when you're like, I love you. Or it's like, Hulk smash, and then you start fighting with people. We do dumb, stupid things when we get drunk and we drink a little bit too much, and that's because it affects your brain. We make so many mistakes. I'm gonna tell you this, guys, right now. In the world, the WHO says that every year, do you know how many people die from alcohol-related deaths? 3 million. It's the exact same as the coronavirus. We're freaked out about the coronavirus and 3 million people are dying in the world. But this is every single year. 3 million people have been dying from alcohol-related deaths. You should be scared more of alcohol than the coronavirus. Why? Because eventually the coronavirus goes away. We got these vaccines coming in right now anyways, right? So that's the first reason I'm super thankful. It's for my health. It's for my brain. It's the thing I need for me to live in life. Second reason I'm thankful is money, 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 right? It's money. It's the thing that we really want and we complain we don't have enough of. I wish I had that bag. I wish I had those clothes. I wish I could eat better food. I wish I could have that car. I wish I could have that house. Really? Could you really buy a house if you didn't drink alcohol? And the answer is yes, you could. You're like, what? I've lived in lots of places in the world, from New York, Los Angeles. I lived in Vancouver, Canada, Seoul, Korea. And guess what? If you look at the averages of how much people spend on alcohol in their lifetime, it is incredible. Every year, they're spending anywhere from $1,800 to $3,500 US a year on alcohol. Tell me that's crazy, which means in a lifetime in New York, you're gonna spend $121,000 in your lifetime. In Los Angeles, it's like $118,000. But get this, guys, if you go to Korea, which is total alcohol culture, it's over $200,000. Think about what you could do with that money, right? Think about what you could do. You could buy all the things, even 2 cars, 3 cars, sometimes 4 cars, right? You could put down payments on like 5 different houses if you stop drinking alcohol. And for me is, I'm thankful because I have a little bit more money and I have a little bit more brain cells than the people that do. All right, guys, thank you so much for joining us today. Thankful that you have listened to today's topic. So that's the end of today's topic. Hope you guys really enjoyed it. If you haven't done so yet, hit the subscribe, smash that notification bell, and like if you want to help us out. And of course, leave a comment below. If you don't know what to comment below, I'm going to give you a question is, what's the reason you do drink and what's the reason you don't? All right. And of course, we are so thankful you can support us either on PayPal or buy me a coffee. It's in the description. Everyone, have an awesome day. This is goodbye from Sky and another goodbye from Chewy. All right, everyone. See you later.